This is a tutorial on how to do the baby dresser crib card. These are the pieces you're going to have cut from the file I gave you. You'll have this big main piece, this larger square rectangle, 3 small rectangles, 3 of these swirly cloud looking pieces, a onesie, and a crib. The other things you'll need, a pair of pliers, some glue or adhesive, a small paper clip, and 3 brads. Mine are pretty tiny. Okay. Now this larger piece for the card, it will have little tiny cut marks. I don't know if you can see. That's where you're going to bend. So what I do is I bend this part first, and if you look, this is not bending correctly. You don't want to bend that part yet. Just bend where the lines are. Okay, so if you bend all of them, you should be able to bend up this bottom part. See how it matches up against here. Okay, and then you can flatten this part. Don't know where my bone folder is. Use a marker. Okay. So this is how it should look. Okay. Let's start with these. You might have one of those tools for the brads. I do not, but I use this quilling tool just to poke the hole, and then I can put the brad through. You're just going to want it to be in the center. It's going to be like the knob for the dresser. So I'm also going to flatten it out on the back, like close the brad. On my card I picked gray colors, so the white parts of the dresser aren't really going to show up because it's going to be white on white, like this. I mean, it'll still show up a little bit, but not as good as the other ones. So I'm going to take the silver Cricut marker, and I'm going to outline mine a little bit, just on the edges. If I mess it up, I'm not going to be upset because this isn't for anything specific, just for the tutorial. And if you have like distress inks, those will work too. I just thought that this silver would look good with the background. Just enough for it to show up on the drawer. Mine aren't perfect, I'm just trying to go through it quick. So next I'm going to glue these, it's like the front of the dresser, onto the drawer. This is the glue I'm using, but you can use whatever you want. If it comes out, it's not coming out. So this is how the drawer should look. But you can change the color of like the front of the drawer, the swirly part, if you want. It's not sticking. I think last time I used my ATG gun instead of tacky glue. Probably why it stuck so much better. Now I'm going to glue these drawers on. My brads aren't really centered. And if you don't have brads, you could use little adhesive rhinestones for the drawers instead, or for the knobs on the drawers. Okay, so the dresser part's done. Doesn't look as good as the other one I did, but it's okay. Alright, so then this part is going to go in here. It's kind of like a background on this side step part. So what I do is I open the card up completely and lay it flat, and then do my adhesive. Just set it in there. And the crib is going to go on top of it. Just gonna set it there. I'm not going to put the crib the whole way down because then the fold will cover it up, but I will put it down just far enough that you can tell it's a crib. See? Okay. So now we're going to do the hanger, the paper clip. You want to get a paper clip that's small enough that it will kind of look like it would fit the onesie. Oh, by the way, let me look here. The size for the card that this is in Design Space, the whole thing, I sized the whole thing. The width is 5.54 by the height being 8.58. Should have told you that from the beginning. Okay. So the paper clip we're going to bend up, bend up. Okay, so it should look like this. And then we're going to bend this part back down. Like this. Okay, so it looks like a hanger, only this part looks a little big. What you can do, if you have like wire cutters, you can cut that part off there, or with pliers. I think these might have the little cutters inside. You can put it in there and just wiggle it around a little bit. So that part broke off, and then you can bend it into the hanger. So there's my hanger, and what you're going to do is glue the hanger onto the back of this, onto the back of the onesie. and you want to secure it so that the onesie doesn't fall off. I usually use a hot glue gun, but you can use an ATG, or you can use Pop Dots. Now the Pop Dots work because the hanger kind of like sits on it. And it can't really fall off whenever the onesie is glued down. Okay. And if you can see the Pop Dots, how I put them there and then put the hanger over them. So whenever we glue it down, or whenever we put it down, the Pop Dots, like the stickiness, will prevent this from coming off. Okay, let's fold it up. And I always try to put the hanger like over the drawer a little bit, just so it doesn't look like it's just floating there for no reason. It looks like it's kind of hanging on the drawer. And then this is the finished card. If you want, you can cut like a piece of white cardstock with like a border and put it in here for where you write your message. I did that for my other one, but for this one I'm not going to do that. And it would stand like this and open like this.